So there was another interesting article. Someone posted this on the People, and I decided to put this on the Sentinel alerts, and I'm going to mention it here. The World Bank insider blows whistle on corruption. A former insider at the World Bank, ex-senior counselor Karen Hughes, says that the global financial system is dominated by a small group of corrupt, power-hungry figures centered around the privately owned U.S. Federal Reserve. The network has seized control of the media to cover up its crimes. In an interview with the New America, I think I'm saying her name right, Hughes or Huds, said that when she tried to blow the whistle on multiple problems at the World Bank, she was fired for her efforts. Now, along with the network of fellow whistleblowers, Huds is determined to expose and end the corruption. We're going to have a cleaned up financial system. That's where it's going. But in the meantime, people who don't know how the system was gamed are going to find out, she said. We're going to have a different kind of international financial system. It'll be a new kind of world where people know what's going on. No more backroom deals. That's not going to keep happening. We're going to have different kind of media if people don't want to be dominated and controlled, which I don't think they do. While HUD sounded upbeat, she recognized that the world is facing serious danger right now. There are even plans in place to impose martial law in the United States, she said. The next steps will be critical for humanity. As such, HUD argues it is crucial that the people of the world find out about the lawlessness, corruption, and thievery that are going on at the highest levels and put a stop to it once and for all. The consequences of inaction would be disastrous. And that we know this is all coming. We know that everything is completely falling apart. And just going back to this Project Sentry, I put a widget on the side here that is a petition that you're not involved with the Kokesh March. And, you know, from other people, from like Michael Rivera, and that's where I got this from, and other places, I believe this is going to be a false flag. And, you know, the military can put boots on the ground without permission of governor, mayor, president, and this does look like it's going to be some type of setup where they're going to basically stage this event, let everyone know that the gun owners are crazy, we need to take the guns away, look what's happening, and it's going to turn out to be a shootout. A lot of people are going to die, and I don't think it's going to be good for anyone. And believe me, the gun owner, I mean, look at Switzerland. The lowest crime rate, the lowest murder rate, and everyone has a gun. Look at Chicago. Isn't that a gun-free zone? But their murder rate with guns is so high. How can that be? Because what they're telling us is a bunch of BS. Their only reason they want the guns away is so we, the people, cannot reset the system, because the system of government is completely out of control right now. All right, let's move on. And let me just say, before we move on, that our founding fathers did not, like Kokesh is marching on Washington, our founding fathers didn't march with their weapons on Britain. They went there, they tried peacefully to work out something with the government. It was the government that marched on the people. When the government is on the people and they make the first move, we, the people, have every right to defend ourselves. But we are not the aggressors. We do things peacefully. We, the people, like our founding fathers, try to work things out. We try to say, listen, we the people are upset of what's going on. We the people want a change. We the people are in control. And that's when government reacts. And they will eventually react. History always repeats itself because it's the same people that are in power. All right, let's move on. Now, Israel is gearing up for a surprise war with Syria if Assad falls. Now, do they know something we don't? I mean, it's just a very strange thing to say, unless they're going to assassinate him. We did see footage of Israeli soldiers and probably other people that we haven't seen footage of already in the country. They're probably already setting this up. And it's just funny how this comes out, letting us know what they're going to do. So you will probably see in the next couple of weeks an attempt on Assad's life. Okay, let's move on here. Also, I believe that, let me see here, that Israel is going to hold a massive chemical warfare drill also, just like New York. They're going to do this in July, the same time that Kokesh is going to march. He's going to do that on the 4th of July. And if anyone doesn't know this, I put all the potential false flags on the side of the site so you can see, these are the things that we can look out for. And there's probably much more than this, and if anyone has others, I will post them up there because I like to keep a record and track of what is going on. But I think it's very interesting that they're also gearing up for some type of chemical warfare when it's been known that the rebels that are funded by Israel, America, use chemical weapons on people and tried to blame it on Syria, that they used it, and then the UN went in and said, no, it wasn't the Syrian people, it was the rebels that did it. And, it's just funny that we're gearing up because, there's a false flag, and they're going to try again to get us into war, and that is a perfect opportunity with this drill. And there's other drills going on, throughout the country and in other places, and it's just unbelievable. Now in England, we saw this this murder of this person, but a lot of things don't make sense. I mean, the man was killed by a machete, but the guy they interviewed had a kitchen knife and a hatchet, a butcher's. Yeah, I think it was a hatchet. It wasn't even a machete. And there's no blood. The first time I saw this video, first time of him talking to the camera, and where did the news come from all of a sudden? There was no blood on the street, and they keep saying that this is for Islam, this is for... Now, are they building it up also with terrorists in England so they can also join the war and trying to build the case there also? I just find it it's a very strange thing, and when you look at the pictures, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Okay, but let's move on here. Now, Biden, came out that says, gun control push is coming this fall, and, I've said this before, and basically, and again, this Project Sentry, they just want to get the guns away from the people. That is it. That's all they want. Nothing else, because they are afraid of the people. Just think of how many, and I know this is going to sound silly, but I remember when my kids were younger and they watched A Bug's Life, when there was a bunch of grasshoppers controlling the thousands of ants, and maybe there were 15 grasshoppers. And it was a good explanation saying, that if one ant ever realized that he had the power, we are doomed. It's the same thing here. If we, the people, can get out of our egos and can get out of being zombies and realize that we have the power, not the government, things will change. And our founding fathers continually remind us of this throughout their works and through the Constitution. Now, it's funny that this NBC correspondent comes out to say that Obama is trying to criminalize journalism. Basically, nobody is safe, and these news reporters didn't realize it because they were sleeping, that they were puppets of the government. And now they're starting to wake up and go, wait a minute, something's not right here. Maybe they should start really reporting instead of mimicking back what the government says and investigating. Because if the government gives you something, They should investigate it before they report on it. Why? Because the government always tells the truth? Come on.